How's it going, everyone? BSAA Jones here, and today we're going to try something a little different. Today I'm hitting you guys with the bottom 50. Now, Jones, you might be thinking, that doesn't seem very specific. Bottom 50 what? Exactly. This is just going to cover the bottom 50. We're going to limit it to one per category or installment to try to keep this bad boy fresh, but aside from that, there are no other limits. This is a personal list that is composed of my opinions, and even though all of these opinions are objectively right, it's alright if you like something on this list. You know, everyone's wrong from time to time. Regardless, buckle up, cause here we go. Number 50. Unnecessarily hard packaging. Starting off with a universal bummer, this mainly includes stuff like blister packaging, clamshell containers, things of the sort. I understand that you don't want somebody to steal your precious marketable goods, and unless somebody with a claymore happens to be walking around aisle 6, you should be good. However, let me keep it $1.50 with you. Upon seeing the cursed clamshell packaging, the first thing I will do is look for any other brand that is not wrapped in clamshell packaging. Number 49. Not being able to mod legendary weapons. Fallout New Vegas. Let me put an HD chamber on Lucky, damn it. It's just a 357. Not that the legendary weapons aren't sick on their own, but I will never understand why you can't just flex with an upgraded legendary weapon without needing to put in mods. Number 48. Populated servers, Killing Floor. Killing Floor has gotten older, and with that comes the fact that people move on to other games. However, when I get the urge to play, the most populated servers always end up being modded to hell and back. Which is cool and all, but oftentimes this affects weapons and weapon prices, meaning it's either adapt or move on to the 100 ping servers. Plus, I mean, look at this. This is crazy. Number 47. Password shenanigans. Every password has to be so complicated nowadays, requiring everything shy of your social security number in Roman numerals. Then, you go and try to reset it, only to be told that you can't use your previous password, as if you didn't try that 14 times before you reset the damn thing. Oh well, guess it's gotta get out my notebook and pencil. 46. Lying about information. When I was a young kid, I stayed always lying about information that I needed to make accounts for everything. Because I wasn't going to let an arbitrary age setting keep me from accessing the online gaming culture that I was far too young to be a part of. The downside of this being that my lying wasn't memorable enough to recover accounts later in life. Seeing as though most of the time the birthday was probably put in the 1800s, but you know, who can blame you? Who wants to wait till 13 to play a banger like RuneScape? Speaking of which, 45. Quests. RuneScape. Now I know this may seem like an odd addition, but for some odd reason, I cannot stand quests in RuneScape. Doesn't matter if it's vanilla with no help or using the GE and a wiki guide to do it, most every quest just feels like a chore. The most fun I've had doing quests is doing them on my Ultimate Iron Man, which is basically the hardest way to do it, but even then, I just always feel like I could be doing something better with my time. And yes, I do see the irony in complaining about valuing my time on one of the most grindy games out there. 44. Unkillable enemies. Resident Evil. Yeah, guys, very spooky. Always having unkillable enemies in most of your games. It's getting old. This may or may not have been boosted on the list due to my recent interactions in Resident Evil 7, being that Jack is not scary, he's just fucking annoying. 43. Me being bad. Fighting games. The epitome of a skill issue. I want to be good at them, but if you put a controller in my hand, it is a one-way ticket to Fumble City. The only exception that comes close with a controller is probably For Honor. Shigoki gang, where you at? I'm not gonna kid myself, probably somewhere in D tier. 42. Inflation. It's weird to see inflation happening before your very eyes, as I'm sure everyone is now used to, unfortunately. But when I started off in college way back when, a Cookout 2 quesadilla tray was $5.53. And by the time I left, it had soared up into the $6.50 range. This is not okay. Bring back the $5 Cookout tray. Number 41. Found in raid status. Escape from Tarkov. I mean, come on. Really. Who cares if I found it in a raid or got it from someone else? They still smoke the same, you four-eyed flannel fuck. I get it that it's just a mechanic to make sure you don't cheese it with a buddy, but still. I hate looking for fucking cigarettes. Number 40. Parry timing. Dark Souls 2. Now, I'm gonna make a bold statement here. Dark Souls 2 is probably one of my favorite Souls games. The one thing I could never get down, however, is the massive difference between parry timing between PvP and PvE. Now, this could also have something to do with every person invading me having Brazil in their bio, but there still always felt like such a massive timing difference for parrying when it came to online play. Oh well, it's time to whip out the fug. Number 39. The late game party wipe. Darkest dungeon. Plenty of narrow escapes on the way here, but now when shit really hits the bed, everyone's dying, and after death comes a fate much worse. Poverty. The missions are now on or above the level for the rest of your roster, and it's time to pay up for your sins. This one only really grips my jimmies because of the fact that me and RNG have a very complicated relationship. With that being said, number 38, my luck in video games. Talking about RNG, I've always had some pretty off-brand bad RNG when it comes to digital video games. Sometimes it's better with physical games like cards, but a prime example of me having bad luck in video games is back with my first Ultimate Iron Man in RuneScape. The drop rate for a looting bag is 1 in 15 from thugs. I spent an entire hour killing thugs with a drop rate at 1 in 15, ending up not getting a bag until well after 200 thugs. I was confident that I wasn't going to need to go pick up and reset all my items, so I left them upstairs, and by the time I had got it, my stuff was gone. And I'm still sad about that. Number 37. Eating the whole ass in ranked. Hey man, I'm a gamer. I know that sometimes you want to experiment in a game and dick around to see with what works. Maybe you want to get inebriated out of your mind and kick back with an FPS of your choice, and I'm all for that. But if I catch you chuffing nuts in a ranked game with me, you might catch yourself receiving the official title of a not very cool person. I get being bad because you're bad. After all, that's probably why we were matched together. But if it's because you're purposefully handicapping yourself and then hopping into competitive matchmaking to negatively affect my already rapidly declining MMR, I may just have to give you the business. And nobody wants to get the business. Number 36. Adobe. Adobe. You are a titan in the digital media market. In getting my education for digital media training, I've had to learn a bunch of your products but Adobe. Whenever there's an issue with one of your products, I get a vague warning. It never tells me what actually is wrong. Just recently, when trying to upload a video from Premiere, I was given the concern that there was a problem with encoding my video. It was a vague warning. It did not tell me much. And after looking through various forums online, I found out that it's because I didn't have enough space on my drives. Why couldn't you have told me that, Adobe? You knew what the problem was. There wasn't enough space. Why did you say there was an issue with the media encoder? Number 35, Guns, Dead
Island
1. In Dead
Island
1, you can pick a character who specializes in guns. That's cool, right? Well, you don't really even get access to guns until about a quarter of the way through the game in Act 2. And then you find out they're kind of ass. At least the gun special move is cool, but this was still a massive disappointment first time round. Number 34, Jormungandr, Smite. The year was 2019, Season 6 of competitive play in Smite. I've been maining tier for several years now, enjoying moderate success on the count of being in the untouched bruiser zone due to no one really even playing tier. Everything was good until approximately March 5th. Out comes a new god, and everyone's excited. Jormungandr. Oh, that's cool. Let's take a look at his stats. Oh, his passive negates half of my kit, and people are playing him in solo lane, where tier goes. Number 33, Retail Customers. As somebody who has worked in retail, this could get its own video, but let me just say here that retail customers do not care about you. You could be replaced with a machine that does your job for you, and it would probably get treated better. This isn't all the time. Some people who have probably worked in retail in the past, or have worked with any job where you talk to other humans, are pretty nice to you. But oh boy, have I not had some of the most wild experiences with customer interactions while I've worked in retail. Number 32, Wrong Place, Wrong Time, Phasmophobia. As of now, there are 24 ghosts in Phasmophobia, meaning that in order to guess the right ghost, you have got to get your 3 clues dead on, for the most part. With that being said, sometimes it feels like you're in the wrong house looking for signs of an apparition who's just trying to fuck with you. Shocking revelation, I'm sure. But I swear there have been several times that I've spent forever walking around with my EMF reader, getting everything shy of 5, only to leave the property and to be told that EMF 5 was one of the clues. You have a better chance asking the ghost what they are than getting that stupid TV remote with LEDs to work when you need it. Number 31, General Jank, The Forest. The Forest is a super fun survival game to play with friends without a doubt. However, there is still quite a bit of jank to it, with it being fully out. Cannibals with the fucked up hitbox always manage to break shit inside of my base if it's too close to the wall. And if you manage to flip your log sled, all I gotta say is good luck, friend. Number 30, The Mill Mechanic, Magic the Gathering. I know that the idea of removing cards from your deck and placing them in a discard zone isn't exclusive to Magic, but it's never really pissed me off like it does in Magic. Like, oh, your whole deck revolves around me not playing the cards I put in my deck? Sick. Glad I sat down. And to those of you saying that it's a deck building issue, don't worry. I had an answer in there. I just didn't have an answer to retrieve my answer from the fucking bottom of my graveyard. Number 29, pushing me to get your stupid store exclusive credit card. This one goes towards me most of all, because I cannot go in there to buy a single item without having to spend 5 minutes telling one of the retail employees that I do not want your credit card. I don't want 1% cash back on toner cartridges for printers. I do not want 5% cheaper discounts when it comes to pre-ordering whatever game is coming out. I do not want your credit card. I just came in here so I could get some headphones. Let me leave. Number 28, Different Games, Minecraft. Why are there more than one Minecraft? Why can Bedrock and Java not play together? We can play games with people on different consoles. You're telling me that the difference between a Windows Edition Minecraft and Java-based Minecraft are so vast that you can't play together? And while we're at it, why is Minecraft still $30? Number 27, The concept of never being able to experience something for the first time again. Man, oh man. I really wish that a lot of the things I did in my life I would have paid more attention to enjoy the first time around. Because going back and doing it again, it's never the same. Especially in this situation with games with very, very poor replayability. It was so good the first time. Every time after that, it is mid at best. I'm looking at you. Number 26. Corporate attempts to be relatable. You guys know what I'm talking about. All of the corporate pandering accounts that are hip and young and cool and trying to act like they're just one of the boys. Well, let me break something into you. They want your money. You know why they're doing that? Because they want your money. Oh, hey, what's up, my dudes, my homie gang? Wendy's 4 for 4 is lit, no cap. Yeah, no thanks. Number 25. Not being subscribed to me. You. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You know who you are. You sicken me. You've made it halfway through this video, so you must be sticking around for something. Do it. Just do it. Just hit the button. Just hit the subscribe button. Just do it. Coward. Number 24. Ultra Hard Challenge. The Binding of Isaac. Yeah, you want me to beat the game with no health drops, double trouble on every possible floor, 4+ curses, all champion enemies, all the way to Mega Satan through the Dark Floor, and my reward for all of that is that Samson starts with the child's heart. Yeah, fuck you. Number 23, bananas. Now, don't get me wrong, I fucking love bananas. But every time I go to the store and I buy some bananas, I turn around for half a second, boom, rotten. They're done. Number 22, non-cosmetic purchases in games that cost real money. I have bought your game. My reward for buying your game is people who bought your game and then some having an edge over me. I'll be real with you, Chief. Not very happy about that. This comes in varying different shapes and sizes. One of the biggest offenders being anything by EA. The first time I remember it, however, would be the Peacekeeper from Black Ops. I cannot believe you hid an actual gun that was in the game behind a paywall. Little kid me will never forgive you for that. Number 21. People who chew very loudly with their mouth open. I had a manager who, well, I guess a general manager who worked above me, and he had had his nose broken several times. Therefore, he didn't breathe through his nose very well. And whenever I would be working on something, he'd walk up behind me, loud as fuck, right into my ear as I was doing something. And I couldn't stand it. I wanted to turn his nose sideways even more because that is so obnoxious. Number 20, the laws of fishing, Terraria. I always find myself having to terraform every single biome in order to get any fishing done because for some reason, it's just full of these ankle-deep piss puddles that hit you with that minus 85% fishing power. Bucket enjoyers stay winning out there, and I just can't stand for that. Number 19, water as a controversial drink. Now this one has always been kind of weird to me. I look back at two prime examples where I walk around with a big jug of water because I like to work out and I forget to drink water. It's just easy for hydration. On 2 occasions, that has been a point of contention. At one point, asking why I drink water, because it's a bad drink and I should just drink something else. And at the other one, somebody accused me of virtue signaling for carrying my jug of water. Dog, all of those drinks you're drinking, I'll give you a hint. Soda's got water in it. It's just got other stuff too. Number 18, not checking OBS before I start recording. Now, this has been an issue that I've had for most of my life, and I regret to inform you all of this, but I am a fucking moron. And because of that, when I record one game in a day and switch to another game in that same day, I will forget to check OBS sometimes. And in doing so, we get a wonderful, wonderful outcome, which is 45 minutes of me talking with nothing recording. That being, you can still hear my voice, you just can't see what's going on. Number 17, recycled story hooks. Borderlands. Man, when I was a kid, Borderlands 1 was my shit. I played that game to death, having different max level characters with each different person I played it with. Due to this, I was super amped for Borderlands 2. I got it on release, sat down with my brother, finished it in 2 days. However, I no longer held that similar state of wonder for this sequel. Throughout the game, I just felt like I was playing the same story with a slightly different coat of paint, and I couldn't get rid of that feeling of disappointment. Playing it again, many years later, I can still appreciate it for its improvements to gameplay and fun co-op action, but it'll never compare to the story and atmosphere that I found in the original Borderlands. Number 16. That thing that's right behind you right now as we speak. I don't like that thing. That thing right behind you that keeps moving when you turn your head, that thing gives me general anxiety. I would appreciate it if you could get rid of that thing. Thank you. Number 15, the death of McCree, Overwatch. So you had to get rid of McCree because he was named after a guy involved with the Cosby situation. Huh. Yeah, that's fair. We wouldn't want anyone to be acknowledged after having various cases of sexual misconduct, now would we? Fuck you, fuck Cassie, bring back my cowboy. Number 14, Spectrum Internet. Yeah, Spectrum Internet, aside from being a bunch of liars, for some reason, and I couldn't tell you why, around 3 a.m., with a margin of error of like 15 minutes, Spectrum will just like go down. I guess maybe that's like when they go to operate and work on the servers, but it's consistent. Like it happens a lot. I would say probably half of the month when 3 a.m. rolls around, the internet just goes out. And I know, yeah, me complaining about the internet going out at 3 a.m. Oh, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, I work at night, and I go to school at the day, so after I go to work, I come back and I want to play some games. So Spectrum, yeah, appreciate that, dude. Number 13, 2 Fort Snipers, TF2. Yeah, bro, I see your strange sniper with 50,000 headshots every time you get me from that same spot on the red battlements. I'm impressed every time, too, I assure you. I actually came to this 2 Fort server that was labeled as casual, so I could never leave this half of the map. Thank you for fulfilling my wildest fantasies. Number 12, shovelware, Steam. Steam has made the regulations for selling a product on their platform far too easy. The reason I say product and not game is because I'd say about 50% of the new products I see are either blatant copy-paste code scams with no effort and a nutty markup, or just another fucking Connect 4 bejeweled Candy Crush smut game that people are expected to pay $5 for content that you could find in a free puzzle game with the only reward being that there's porn attached to it. And let me let you guys in on a little hint. It's working. Number 11, 7 Day Survivor, Dead Rising. I'ma keep it real with you, Chief. I am not spending 16 hours without saves in infinity mode for a pair of boxers. Unless... Number 10. Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight. As somebody with over 1,000 hours in the game, I can feel it's safe for me to say that the worst part about Dead by Daylight is in fact the whole game itself. Did I have fun while playing? Yeah, of course. But let me tell you, this game will tear you down until you are nothing left but a greasy pulp amassed atop a gamer chair of shame. With serious and casual players together in the same pool, it's a constant gamble on whether you'll end up enjoying your time or wishing you had never gotten on. Number 9. Ribbon Mods Warframe. Oh boy, time to perform 3 headshots while gliding through the air with a 15,000-pound rock in my back pocket to maybe get an okay mod. Yeah, don't waste your time. Number 8. My music shutting off while I'm talking to someone. Discord. Yeah, so I made the mistake of conjoining my Spotify and Discord accounts, and now if I've got music in the background and Discord hears my mic pop up for more than 6 seconds, it'll shut off my Spotify. I'm sure it has something to do with licensing and not wanting to worry about people just streaming free music through Discord, yada yada yada. Yeah, it's lame. It's lame and dumb, and sometimes even with my mic muted, it'll shut my music off. So, yeah, that's epic. Number 7. Doing nothing on a machine at the gym. I get that everyone does stuff at their own pace at the gym, but you haven't moved a muscle in 15 minutes. We've got chairs in the front, and there's no need to plop your sedentary derriere on the row machine to check your Insta 50 times. Nobody DM'd you because your deltoids look like wet napkins. So either get to rowing or get to going. Number 5. Quality of life changes diminishing the replayability of older games. Yeah, I mean, quality of life changes, generally speaking, are in fact very cool. But the problem is, I've noticed that when I get used to a new game, I lose my enjoyment in the old games. In Borderlands 1, you have to manually grab a lot of the stuff on the ground. Borderlands 2, if it's an item on the ground that you need, you can just hold X and get all of them. Now that's not a lot, but it carries over for a lot of games. One of the biggest ones being Disgaea. Speaking of which, number 4, the item world, Disgaea. Some of the best items you're going to need for late game shenanigans come from the item world. However, in the early games at least, this is a place that you sometimes cannot full clear. If you want to level up an item properly and get its stats up, you have to kill everyone on the floor. But sometimes that is impossible. The random generation of the floor does not have a failsafe for spawning someone way out in the middle of nowhere just to fuck with you. And if you don't have a Mr. Jency's exit on hand, you just gotta take that L and keep moving on. Number 3. Achievements that are no longer achievable. I sometimes find myself in a mood to 100% a game that I really enjoy, just as a token to remind myself of the fun I had. However, some games, especially big ones that have had a long history on the internet, have achievements that are no longer available. The ones I can think of off the top of my head are anything that is multiplayer related in a game with servers shut down, or achievements like the one in Left 4 Dead 2 where you have to play with people who are playing on a free weekend. That is also probably not going to happen. Another one that also sucks is having to do something with one of the developers of the game, because once again, in an older game, that probably just isn't going to happen. Number 2, power creep, Hearthstone. I know it's inevitable as a game begins to age, but I hate to see something that I found so fond make its transfer from viable to non-viable. Hearthstone is a prime example with how power creep just straight dookies on cards as they get older. Wild is the same handful of cheese, and decks that were solid just a season ago are now strong-armed by this next season's mid-power nonsense. Now, you can make some fun decks in Wild, but the odds that you will go against something other than a combo deck are very slim. Now, this one's going to hit a little deep. This one might even cause a couple of tears, but that is something that you're going to have to be prepared for. Someday in the future, you're going to lose everything. All the things you hold near and those around you are going to perish, and you won't be long after. As time moves on, nothing can slow fate, and you're destined to be alone. That's right. Number one is every other person who plays Destiny 2 Gambit. Fuck you guys. I hate that guy on my team who's chilling in the corner with 500 motes. I hate that sweat on the other team who just took a break from his 9th consecutive Iron Banner dub just to kick my ass. I hate that. Wait a minute, why am I even playing Destiny 2? Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video, even though it took ages to come out due to school and work and domestic terrorism, but what are you gonna do? Hopefully over the next few days we'll get back to the normal schedule, but until then, I'll see ya when I see ya. BSAA Jones out.